I know I've touched this topic 3 times already. It's not that I'm stuck to it. It's not that I'm obsessed with it, but there's just new things coming out. So I've talked about the Diddy situation, right? And then I made an update video of him in prison and his lawyer saying that he bought the baby oil from Costco, and Costco saying no the fuck he didn't. But now new allegations have come out. So we're gonna react, because I did presume that new shit was gonna come out, and that there's gonna be a list of important people or powerful people that are gonna be exposed and possibly persecuted. And I guess they were watching my stream, because that's exactly what happened. So let's see what the hell's going on here.
In the filings that you say are coming, specifically, you mentioned a 9-year-old boy. Can you tell us about what you know?
Let's remember, we're talking about allegations. We're going to file a public file.
Okay, allegedly allegations, but
that a 9-year-old child was sexually assaulted allegedly by Sean Combs and several others. This young man now is very compelling, incredibly believable, and his story is corroborated by his parents.
Damn.
That will be one of the cases that will be filed.
I'm gonna try not to pause.
There are 25 that were minors.
But I did mention that as well. I was like,
are those minors all adults now?
Yes.
They are all adults now. Okay. And
yes.
I want to go back to the
I don't think it's Usher, even though he had custody of
is
Usher temporarily when he was a teen for his first album. I know Justin Bieber was also kind of in that same ordeal, but I don't think it's them. But I did mention that maybe there was minors involved in these freak-offs or witnessing stuff. So it's kind of crazy.
Them to speak to the authorities.
You mentioned you're going to name names in these lawsuits. Will there be celebrity names?
I expect so, yes.
As of now, do you have celebrity names?
I do.
Yeah.
You also have corporations.
I do.
What will be the
This is crazy.
you believe when these names come out?
I think people are going to be shocked. I mean, I think people already are suspecting some of the names that you might see.
I don't want to assume names, but I can think of like a couple off the top of my head.
These parties,
but it's crazy.
Parties, white parties, whatever the parties were, these were well known. A lot of people really were jockeying to go to these parties. These were parties where a lot of well-known people attended, and so there's venues involved, hotels involved. I think that there will be individuals who had parties at their residences, people that you'll know, people that attended the parties that watched some of this behavior occur and stood by and let it happen.
Now, I know I said I wasn't going to pause, but just for a quick second. Do you think, because basically, I remember when this first hit the news, like when the rumors were starting, I kind of said, Diddy's kind of like the Jeffrey Epstein of like the music and entertainment world. Kind of. Because thinking about it, like Jeffrey Epstein really was like underage girls, and he was like trafficking them towards like people of power, like politicians and the royal family and stuff like that. Like, and then he got caught, went to jail. I don't really have to go much into it. But like now Diddy is doing this with entertainers and celebrities and people in the music industry, prominent people in the music industry. So I don't know. Like, was there people that mentored him? Do you think? I don't know. Because allegedly, this is bigger than R. Kelly crimes, you think? Yeah. I would think so. I think I'm not gonna say if it actually, I don't know if it is or not. Because yeah, R. Kelly like really was underage girls, and even girls that weren't underage. But think about it. Diddy is like, there's allegedly minors, celebrities, trafficking, there's drugs, um, there's so much. I don't know. Like, there's so much. He's getting hit with the RICO like act. So I don't know what's to come. We're gonna have to wait, dude. I've heard allegedly that there is 120 new allegations. So I'm gonna let his whoever this guy is, the prosecutor, the AG, or I don't know, but
when it happened again, it never said a word
it's crazy.
about it, and in fact, hushed it. There's a real culture of silence surrounding all of this. When I said that this was,
I will say though,
well-known,
the only weird thing, because a lot of people are reacting on X or on Twitter,
but I think many people,
and it's fun. It's kind of weird to see celebrities be so surprised and shocked and be like, "Oh my God, Diddy, blah 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 blah, Diddy's a mon." Like, they kind of knew about this. Like, even if they didn't partake in it, you knew about this. So to isolate yourself or disassociate yourself with that and just shunning him and pointing the fingers, it's kind of like, imagine the amount of celebrities that disassociate and talk shit against him, and they're on the list of potential celebrities that partook or witnessed.
Have you had a chance to actually
I don't
see
know.
any videos or text messages?
Obviously, they're not going to come out and say, "Hey, I was part of it."
These stories.
Like when Bill Cosby was an open
Not
secret.
for,
Yeah.
not for all 120 clients. I asked for corroboration. What texts, video, pictures, give me dates, venues, give me witnesses. And, we do that. We go through that process. And that's what we're doing.
Have you seen things that have shocked you?
Yeah, I have.
What
Bro,
kind of
are you
conduct,
kidding
though, can
me?
you tell
That's
us
a
about,
stupid
that
ass
you've heard from?
question.
You
Like,
hear these stories
even
over and over
before
again.
he was
What are you hearing?
charged and in prison, like, just
young people
all the
trying to break
rumors
into
you would
the
hear about
industry
P. Diddy
who
were shocking.
coerced,
Like,
promised things, pressured, in some cases physically assaulted, and then threatened. In other cases, the allegation, which is probably the more common allegation, is, at some party, somebody reaches out, sees somebody on the street, or sees somebody in the hotel lobby, or sees somebody in the crowd at a show, and somebody from Mr. Combs' entourage reaches out to that person and
cool.
invites them
So,
to
I mean, not
after
cool.
party in order to
Harvey
stay.
Weinstein
It's
was
told you must
also an
drink this
open
drink.
secret. Yeah.
And then they can't remember anything, or their memories.
I
is
feel like a
hazy
lot of
thereafter,
fucking
and they wake
crimes
up
that
the next
happen in the
morning
world,
injured, there's
like,
drugs in their system.
someone knows about it. They just don't
So that's a pretty
come
common
out. And
allegation that's been made.
Can you tell me some of the things that is happening to these
I feel like a lot of
It's the
shit can
most
be prevented.
egregious kind of conduct you can think about.
Prevented, or at least
That's those are the
stop
allegations that are being
before
made,
it
and I
gets
think that's pretty consistent with what the criminal
worse.
indictment lays forth.
There is a fear, especially in Hollywood, for people who just went to these parties and now could be connected to this.
Yeah, like Kevin Hart. He was
What happens
hosting
to
one of these
someone who,
parties
I'm
with
sure
Diddy,
because they're famous,
and now
they
he's
walk
like,
into this party
"No,
and they
I don't know
witness
any
this,
of that
and then
shit.
they
You're
leave.
asking the wrong
Will
person."
they be part of this lawsuit? Because people will
But then
know
you have
their
people
names.
like
Do I
Usher,
intend to name
who
in a
was
lawsuit
under his
every
custody
person that
at
attended the
15
party?
working at his
No,
first
that would be
album,
foolish. I'm
and
not gonna
did
do
witness
that.
some shit that he says kids
Am I
shouldn't
gonna name
witness,
people that
and that he wouldn't let his kids go near
facilitated,
Diddy because, yeah, like, you can
participated
imagine.
in? I'm absolutely going to do that.
There's been a real fear in the past that you would be blackballed in the industry, or maybe that there might be tampering by Diddy, or someone could even
Well,
show
no-
up at your
no
house
shit.
or in your door. But it seems like this is a watershed moment when you get that many calls, when you have this many people coming to you. Is this a game-changing moment for the music industry and for celebrities?
I hope so. I really hope so. I hope that it is. These folks are scared. These victims are scared. Even now, Sean Combs is behind bars. His bail has been denied twice. I think that the indictment, the arrest, the bail denial.
My
obviously
real
led
question
to,
is, what do you
giving
guys
people the
think
courage
is
to
gonna
come
happen
forward. I
to
think
him? Like,
the other
do you think he's
lawsuits
just
that
gonna
have
be
been
behind
filed,
bars
that have been
for the
reported
rest of
about,
his life?
have
Do you
also given
think?
people, at least some
Do you think
comfort to come
he will
forward? I think what
survive?
we
I
did
don't
today,
really want to imply
will
anything,
give
but do
other
you think he
people,
will?
the courage to come forward. not just people who were victimized. I'm also
Jump
very
into
interested
lava
in
in
people who are
Minecraft or
witnesses.
what? Like,
That's super important to me.
because this was always a
And
ticking
also
time bomb
anybody,
ever since like
let's say you're a
Tupac and
celebrity
Biggie and
you were
stuff
at
like
one of
that.
these events and you
But
saw something, you feel like you should have said
the
something.
question is, how big is
wish you'd
this?
have
A
said something.
a
I'd like to hear
grenade?
from
Is
those folks
this
as well. I mean,
like
this is a time for
what
a
is
public
it?
airing
A grenade, or
of
is this
this.
like a nuke?
And
Who knows?
let's make it part of the national dialogue, and let's make sure that everybody who has involvement, that we know who that is and what their involvement was. And I think all of that is good for those that were victimized and their recovery.
Mr.
Nah,
Cohen's
he'll probably
lawyers
get prison
responded
time
to
and then
the
be
allegations that
lessened
were
at
laid
some
out in
point.
your press conference, and they said they can't answer every
Yeah, but
baseless lawsuit. What is
again,
your response to
like
that?
R. Kelly and
Well,
and
I think that's
Bill
right.
Cosby, like
But the good news for
that
them
was
is that when we file
that
the
was
lawsuit,
similar. This
we're
is,
gonna make sure they know
I
who the
think this is
plaintiff is.
different than that.
And the next thing
You
they'll
can't
say is,
compare
well, we don't
that
remember that
to
plaintiff.
Bill Cosby
And I
or
will
R.
say,
Kelly.
I'm
Because
sure you don't.
like
There's so
it's a
many of them.
RICO
I've been down
Act,
this road
first of all,
before,
which
so,
is
I
used
understand
was
how
used
it works.
prominently
I
to take
understand
down the mafia and give
public
them
defense
life.
they will make.
But now they're talking about
We'll address it in due course.
they're talking
Do you
about
have a locked-in
human
date that you will
trafficking.
drop? You're saying 30
Like
days, but do you have
there's
a
so
locked-in
many
date, or will
big
these
ass
come
charges that
any day now?
I
We
think
could
this
start
is
getting
a
these lawsuits.
lifetime
It
prison.
could be, it
And
could be the
they
next
denied
week.
his bail
I
twice
expect we'll
already.
file,
I don't know.
a
It's
series
not
that we may file
looking
3 or
like
4 at a time.
he's gonna be out.
It just depends on how fast that we can do the work
Actually,
that needs to be
it
done to
could
make sure
work
the case is done the
because
right way.
you don't have to be. Well, I don't know. They can consider it a criminal organization because obviously there was crimes committed, and he's like the top. So he didn't really. You don't when it comes down to a RICO act, it could, but I'm not sure if a jury would convict him of that. I mean, you got people on his side turning on him. You got people of prominence and fame turning on him. I don't know. A lot of shit there. He's definitely shady. He's definitely sus. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But again, a RICO case, you get hit with a RICO case, you don't have to commit any crimes or anything. You could just order the crime. So if any of those crimes stick and he ordered it, then yeah, it's pretty much GG's. Like you're gone for a long ass time. RICO cases, you don't really walk away from that soon or anything. If it sticks, it sticks. Like when they got John Gotti with the RICO Act, his name went from the Teflon Don to the was it wait, it was the Teflon Don, and then they called him the Velcro, or they called him the Teflon Don because he said, I know that there was a prosecutor that said, oh, the charges stick, he was made out of Velcro or something and the charges stick. Yeah. Okay, RICO is a big fuck. It's been abused way too much with rappers and shit. Not a fan of it, honestly. Yeah, I do agree with that. Obviously. Look at what's his name? Young Thug and all that. Cause yeah, when it comes down to rappers, they look at fucking lyrics and they prosecute you off of that. Not really like it's fucked. It is abused. Even in the underworld with like the mob and stuff, like, but it's still a thing, it's still a thing, unfortunately, in some cases. Yeah, a jury might be biased against RICO charges at this point. Yeah. Also, like, if juries kind of go against it, and they might be like, oh, you're just a fan, so I don't know. Shit. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna cover any more of Diddy stuff until like there's concrete, because all this is circumstantial. Like, I want concrete, like, this is it, life sentence or this and this person is gonna get sentenced as well. Like I'll do updates when more of that comes out, but not really like any little updates.